Welcome back to another video, and today I'll be going over everything we know so far for this year's Halloween Horror Nights. If you don't know, Halloween Horror Nights does start at the end of this month, August 29th to be exact. So yeah, let's get to the video. Let's start with Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights. For houses, the first house we got for announcements is El Artista, a Spanish haunting. I've noticed within the last couple years that we have been getting a lot of Latin America themed haunted houses, which is cool. But I feel like it's kind of getting repetitive. But yeah, but it is pretty cool. We are getting another Latin America themed house. I might go through this one. I don't know, cause I am going to Halloween Horror Nights Orlando this year, but I'm not sure if I'm going through this house. I might pass on this one. Next up is Hatchet and Chains Demon Bounty Hunters. This one looks freaking cool. I'm definitely going to be going through this house. From the picture we got for the announcement, it looks epic, so I'm 100% going through this house. Third house we gotten is Dolls Let's Play Dead. Yeah, this one sounds creepy, so yeah, from my guesses, this is going to be a house filled with a bunch of creepy looking dolls, obviously. But yeah, this one sounds cool. I might go through this one, I'm not too sure. Fourthly, we have Grave of Flesh. Yeah, it looks cool. This, for some reason, this reminds me of a mixture of La Chupacabra and the creature from the Black Lagoon. Why? I don't know. I feel like it's like if they both had a baby. They're just giving me vibes of La Chupacabra and the creature from the Black Lagoon. Will I be going through this one? Maybe. I'll think about it. Once I see the house, I'll probably go through it. From the outside, obviously. Well, I'm probably not gonna be able to see the house from the outside, but you know what I mean. Fifthly, fifthly, we have Galkin Monsters of the North. This one's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna go through this one. It's probably gonna be all the mythical monsters from the North, I'm guessing, obviously. But yeah, this one looks pretty cool. Now for the movie IPs. The first house we got is Terrifier. Yes, the rumors are true. Art the Clown is coming to Halloween Horror Nights. I'm definitely going to be going through this one. I think Art the Clown is pretty cool. We just don't know yet how gory. I think it's going to be pretty gory, but I don't know how gory it is. That's the thing we don't really know exactly. Is it gonna be gory? It probably is, but is it gonna pass the limit of goriness from the people that threw up and passed out from the past two Terrifier movies, Terrifier 2 and 3? Because if you don't know, people have passed out and threw up in the theaters because of the Terrifier movies. But we don't know if it's gonna take the limit of that amount of goriness in the theater, in the house. Then we have Five Nights at Freddy's. We did get a teaser announcement of Five Nights at Freddy's at the beginning of the speculation season, but we just didn't know exactly what kind of way Five Nights at Freddy's is coming to Halloween Horror Nights. Most popular was the house, which is true. We are getting a Five Nights at Freddy's house. Some thought it was going to be a scare zone, which I thought would be cool, but I didn't know how that was going to work. A scare zone based on Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Yes, it is going to be based on the movie. It is said that there are going to be Easter eggs based on the video game Easter eggs throughout the house, even though it's based on the movie, which does make sense because the movie is based on the video game, so there is gonna be Easter eggs based on the video game. Which this also makes sense because the second Five Nights at Freddy's movie does come out in December, literally a month after Halloween Horror Night ends, because Horror Nights does end November 2nd, I believe. towards the beginning of November it ends. I don't exactly remember when, but yeah, it's gonna come out literally in December, so a month after Horror Night ends. And the last house, yes, the last house we are getting for Orlando, as of we know, is the WWE, the Horror of the Wyatt Six. Yes, we are getting a WWE house. That was another speculation rumor we got in at the early seasons of this speculation season, but it is true. We are getting a Wyatt Six house. I can't say anything too much about the Wyatt Six because I don't really watch WWE, if I'm being honest. I've watched enough where I know the Wyatt Six, like some basics of the WWE, but I don't really watch enough to know, a lot about them. We then have the scare zones. As we know, we have 4 scare zones. The first one is the origins of horror. From what I've read, I think it's gonna be based on like the origins of Halloween Horror Nights. That's what I've heard and read. But yeah, if this is true, well, probably is. This is cool. I do think it's cool that we're getting a origin Halloween. I don't really know how to say it. Like a Halloween Horror Nights origin scare zone. This is cool. If I think it'll be pretty cool if we get a Halloween Horror Nights origin house. I think that'll be pretty cool. But that's the origin of 4. That's scare zone. Next, second scare zone is Masquerade Dance with Death. Sounds cool. Obviously, we're gonna all end up walking through all 4 scare zones. So yeah, I'm definitely going through all 4 because obviously the houses are spread out through Universal Studios. So I am gonna end up walking through all 4 scare zones. Third scare zone, the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. Yeah, we got a cat lady, which an old lady who is obsessed with cats. I'm guessing it's an old lady, which sounds creepy. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be scared. Then the fourth one is Mutations Toxic 20s. So basically mutated zombies, a scare zone of zombies, I'm guessing, which is pretty sick. And then for the shows, we have Nightmare Fuel, Circus of Decay. Yeah, I've never seen any of the shows, so I'm probably gonna watch it because yeah, it's a circus. Circuses are pretty creepy, so I'm definitely gonna watch it. Then second show, my bad. Second show is Hauntophonic, A Ghoulish Journey, which is very interesting, so I might watch it. I'm not too sure. And then we have something brand new for Halloween Horror Nights Orlando, and it's like a street show. Yeah, we're getting a street show for Mel's Drive-In. We're getting zombie punks. If you don't know, Mel's Drive-In is a diner in Universal Studios Orlando, and during Halloween Horror Nights, they turn off some of the lights for Mel's Drive-In and turns it into Mel's Die-In. They turn off the R and V, the lights off, so it looks like it says Mel's Die-In. So yeah, Mel's Drive-In is turning into Mel's Die-In. Zombies. I'm guessing there's gonna be zombie punks. That's what I've read. Zombie punks. There's gonna be like a bunch of roller skater punks going through, the front of Mel's Drive-In. So yeah, that is everything we know for. Well, that is everything we know for Halloween Horror Nights Orlando. Now let's go over everything for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. For Hollywood, we don't really have a lot of announcements. All we have are the house announcements and the Terror Tram announcement. We don't have any of the scare zones yet, or any of the shows yet for Hollywood. But anyways, for the houses, we have Jason Universe. Yes, Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th franchise is coming to Halloween Horror Nights. He did make an appearance before a couple years ago for, I believe, Freddy vs. Jason, he was with Freddy Krueger, so it doesn't make sense for him to come back. And also, the Camp Crystal Lake prequel show for Friday the 13th. So that kind of does make sense for Jason Voorhees to come to Halloween Horror Nights. We then have Monsteros's The Ghost of Latin America 3. This is the third Latin America Monsteros's house. I feel like we should change it up a bit and make this house based on another monster from some other country, not just Latin America, maybe South America or the United States of America, North America. But yeah, Monsters 3, The Ghost of Latin America, pretty cool that they're coming back for the third year in a row, I believe. We then have Terrifier. Yes, Art the Clown is also coming to Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. What I've heard, which I don't think I mentioned earlier, what I've heard is that there's gonna do a split house, kind of like Blumhouse. One way is gonna be a dry version of Art the Clown, scary house, haunted house, and the other way is gonna be a wet version. So it's gonna be very bloody, I guess, very gory. But that's just a rumor. I think it's a rumor. I don't know if it's confirmed or not. That's what I've heard. But anyways, next house is Scarecrow, music by Slash. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a fan of Halloween Horror Nights. I never heard of Slash. So yeah, I'm probably gonna try to listen to some of their music, maybe talk about it soon in one video, maybe, who knows. But yeah, we are also getting a Five Nights at Freddy's house in Hollywood, which is pretty cool. This one's also based on the movie, and there's gonna be a lot of Easter eggs in the house from the video game. So yeah, which is cool. And then we have WWE, The Horror of White 6. Even though we got a couple of similar houses, well, the same houses for both Hollywood and Orlando, the layouts are obviously gonna be different. So if you want to go to both, you don't gotta worry about going through the same houses. You're gonna have different experiences throughout the houses. And then for the Terror Tram, it's gonna be a Blumhouse Terror Tram. So yeah, Megan's gonna appear, and the Grabber from the Black Phone is gonna make an appearance in the Terror Tram. So Megan from the movie Megan, or M3gan, and then the Grabber from the Black Phone. And there's gonna be multiple different characters throughout the years of Blumhouse. It says that 15 years worth of Blumhouse, so it's gonna be many different characters. So yeah, I'm very excited for Halloween Horror Nights. I'm definitely going to be going there this year. So yeah, stay tuned for those videos. I'm gonna be there in October. So yeah, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. Peace.